Welcome back, America. All right, this is yesterday was a great day. Trump was uh, brought in for his second term, and today's day one, actually day two, I guess, of the second Trump administration, which should have happened 4 years ago. Yeah, election fraud happened. We all know it. 81 million votes did not come from a man who could barely put together a sentence. And we all know it. We don't need to talk about it now. The J6ers are out. Executive orders, that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to go through them one by one just to let you know, let everyone know what exactly he signed yesterday, because there was a lot of it was bigger than the Super Bowl. Unbelievable the things that man did yesterday. Yeah, God bless you, President Trump. You saved us from being Rome way too early. All right, but let's discuss um, what he actually signed yesterday, and a couple other things that really just, I don't know, opened my. I didn't even know about it, which is, it's incredible because I pay attention to what I think are the most important things that are happening. I didn't even know. Let's go to the Customs and Border Patrol website first. They put up a notice. Apparently, they had an app for any illegal alien who crossed the border to get on this app and basically schedule a flight to wherever they wanted to go in the United States. Taxpayer dime, we're paying for it, yet no one knew. I didn't know, no one knew. But the only reason we knew today, they put out the notice. What did they say? Here, this is directly from them. The Customs and Border Patrol Field Operations sent out notice effective January 20th, 2025 at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. The functionalities of the CPB-1 that previously allowed undocumented aliens, again, illegal aliens, undocumented aliens to submit advance information and schedule appointments at 8 Southwest border ports of entry is no longer available. All appointments are canceled. And they use these appointments to shuffle illegals in, and then they schedule their flights and go to New York, Minnesota. Who the heck knows where they went? But first-hand experience. Yeah, I was boarding a flight, and there was several illegals that didn't have ID. You didn't know who they were. You didn't know their name. No one knew anything. Didn't have documentation, yet they were lining up and getting on airplanes. You know how difficult it is for us. We have to take our shoes off. We have to. A grandmother or a grandpa in a wheelchair has to be frisked by a TSA agent, and yet they're sending people you don't even know who they are. You don't know their names straight through security. This is absolutely ridiculous. Trump's in now. Hopefully, this nonsense is ending. Unbelievable. It's a slap in the face to every law-abiding citizen. And to be honest with you, it's our fault for letting it happen too. We should do something to put our foot down on that nonsense. One of Trump's executive orders was renaming the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. Florida has been the first state to recognize this executive order. They put a warning out. There's snow and um, bad weather going through the South, through Louisiana, uh, East Texas, up to Mississippi, and through the South. And good old DeSantis and the Americans down there in Florida sent out a warning about this. They call it Emergency Management Gulf Winter Weather System. And in the order, you can see it on the state of Florida website. It says, whereas an area of low pressure moving across the Gulf of America, interacting with Arctic air, will bring widespread, impactful weather to North Florida beginning Tuesday. So they're referring to what was formerly the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, which, why, you ask? There's lots of reasons. But one that caught my eye, to be honest, I didn't really even think about what's going on. I'm just everyday American like yourself. Biden, he tried to stop, he put a freeze on drilling for oil in the Gulf of Mexico. So you can't touch this stuff. So in Trump's genius, did he rename it the Gulf of America instead of the Gulf of Mexico so that we can go in and drill? Sounds like someone is writing beyond and above the average man's intellectual prowess here, especially a man who's wearing diapers and he's out the door. I'm American as anyone, and you don't want to be disrespectful to a president, but if they're not duly elected, they're not really a president. They were put there for a reason, to be a meat suit of a human who's going to be taking directive and orders. So I have no allegiance to Biden. I think he was illegitimate. I think he was there to serve a purpose, and thank the Lord above that President Trump was able to get back in there and hopefully clean up this mess quickly. But yeah, that's one executive order. Trump, Gulf of America. All right, let's go down these executive orders, presidential actions. The link is in the bio. You can see exactly what I'm looking at. So no one can say that you're just making up stuff. Here we go. Guaranteeing the state's protection against an invasion. Now, we all took civics in high school. That's the federal government's job, is to protect us against an invasion, which is why the last 4 years of an open border where there's rapists, murderers, drug dealers, assaulted. They lit a woman on fire in a subway, for crying out loud. Anyone who's an American, this isn't even a thought. Of course, it's their job to protect American citizens from an invasion. I don't even understand why you need an executive order for this. That's how insane our times have become, that Trump has to come in and sign something that's in the actual Declaration of Independence. This is basic American rights here, that you have to say that we need to prevent Americans from being injured from a foreign invasion. Like, what the heck? Well, that's in there. So hopefully they can take control legally. Now they can just go in there and do what they want to do. Get ready for legal people. And there's no one saying everyone's bad, but you came across the border illegally. You committed a crime right off the bat. I know people who are still in line. They've paid their lawyers. They've spent upwards of $10,000 to $50,000 to legally get here, and they can't come in. Yet someone can come across the border illegally and get benefits, taking taxpayer money. That's insane. Pure insanity. But the insanity's over, right? Trump's back. America's back. We're making America great again. I don't care what the heck we got to do it. It's happening. Next executive order, restoring names that honor American greatness is what they call it. You'd remember they were tearing down statues and renaming George Washington Elementary School to someone you don't know who it is, who it was, what they've ever done, but they were. You can rest assured they probably did some kind of anti-American action to get that recognition in BLM's eyes. Yeah, so basically he says the authority invested by me as president by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America hereby ordered that it is a national interest, which is true. We need to love America again. It's national interest to promote the extraordinary heritage of our nation and ensure the future generations of American citizens celebrate the legacy of American heroes. Without heroes, you don't have someone to look up to. Just the basic action of renaming Mount Denali, which is Mount McKinley, is not Mount Denali. Mount McKinley back to Mount McKinley. He was the 25th president. He was the president when we won the Spanish-American War. General Lee fought in the Spanish War. Teddy Roosevelt fought in the Spanish-American War. There is American greatness that happened. There's a reason that that mountain was called, and it's now again called Mount McKinley. Let's see here. Next, executive order designating cartels and other organizations as foreign terrorist organizations and specially designated global terrorists. That means we can go at them militarily. You come across the border, you do something here, you have the full force of the federal government. It doesn't matter if you're in liberal New Mexico, if you're in Abbott, Texas, the feds can come after you. The United States military can come after you. This is a huge executive order. It's awesome. It's awesome. I'm in Arizona. We got Hobbs, whole nother issue. It should be Governor Kari Lake. But that's a whole nother issue. She's not coming after anyone. We just got a senator who went in there whose family has ties to drug cartels. Again, Kari Lake so-called lost that senatorial election, but leave that as it is. That's a different issue. Now we don't have to worry, the citizenry doesn't have to worry that you have a corrupt governor, a corrupt sheriff, a corrupt system that's going to let drug cartels and people looking to do criminal activity here in America without worry that a Green Beret is going to hunt your butt down. So that is awesome. Thank you, President Trump. Reforming the federal hire process is the next executive order, and restoring merit to government service. So again, like, when did this happen? When did this happen? Martin Luther King Jr. yesterday. It is, it's fitting because he wanted to be judged by the content of his character, not the color of his skin, which we all do. That's the left. They're completely insane. They try to do a straw man's argument that doesn't even make sense. That's what everybody wants. Good people succeed. Bad people don't. I don't care what color you are. You'd be red, purple, yellow, orange, black, white, brown. It doesn't matter. You're a good person. You work hard. You should be rewarded in life. So another awesome executive order. Ending radical and wasteful government DEI programs and preferencing. Again, what we just talked about. Merit. No DEI. Who cares what color you are? Are you a good person? Are you successful? Can you do the job? Good, you're in. You can't, you're out. I don't care what you look like. And this, how in the heck? This had a huge applause from the audience when Trump signed this. And what does it say as a not even a country, but as a world view, that this is even a a thought. The next executive order was defending women from gender ideology, extremism, and restoring biological truth to the federal government. All he said was there's two genders. You're a man and you're a woman. Women compete with women in sports, men compete with men. You can't go into the woman's bathroom if you were born with a, I don't know, does YouTube even allow this? I don't even know what they say, but you know what I'm saying. If you have something in your pants and you're born that way, you should not be in a woman's restroom. I don't care. You want your mom? You want your grandma? Do you want your daughter in there with someone like that? No. The answer is no. It's like this is like we're going back to kindergarten and installing the ABCs and having to put a law into effect that ABCs exist. It's absolute lunacy what's going on. But it took President Trump and Americans, by the way, thank God America has enough common sense to get rid of this nonsense. Here's another executive order. The next one, establishing and implementing the President's Department of Government Efficiency. That's the Doge. That's Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. They're getting rid of all that waste. No more shrimps running on treadmills and paying the study $20 million. That's in case someone's trying to get someone kicked off of YouTube. That's not a joke. I mean, they did that, but I don't know what the exact number is. $250, $5 for that study is too much. I don't care what it was. All right. Yes. So get rid of waste. Absolutely. They look like that movie I Am Legend. There's city buildings with no one in them. They're absolutely vacant in COVID. There's no one there. So they're going to get rid of all this waste. You're going to go to work. That's a whole nother executive order. But yeah, they're trimming the fat, basically. It's awesome. Next, America First policy as directive to the Secretary of State. So Rubio, his job is to put America first. That's it. Executive order. Rubio, make it happen. I lived in Florida for a while. I know Rubio's history very well. I'm not going to say anything else other than Trump trusted him with this position. I'm going to have to trust Trump's judgment on this one. Next, protecting the United States from foreign terrorists and other national security and public safety threats. Again, this is all this all comes to what happened at the border. It comes from what happened at the border. They let anyone in, no questioning, no documentation. You tell me your name is Jimmy Smith, I got to believe it and come in the country. And oh, by the way, those gang-related tattoos on your arm, I'm going to overlook that. And oh, you have a daughter, but she's not yours. I'm going to overlook that. No DNA testing. Okay, that's okay. That's what we're looking at right now. We don't know who's in the country right now, and Trump's cleaning it up. Thank the Lord. Unleashing Alaska's extraordinary resource potential. It's another executive order. Why are we buying oil and natural resources from countries who hate us and charge us the expense we're paying for stuff we had here it's crazy. It really is crazy. So Trump is basically letting America use their resources. That's it. Again, another executive order protecting the American people against an invasion. Oh goodness, let's see exactly what they're saying in this one. By authority invested in me as president by the Constitution and laws of the United States, including Immigration and Nationality Act. Yeah, there was an unprecedented flow of illegals who came in thanks to Biden and Kamala. Biden doesn't even know what's going on. He has no idea what he did. They destroy the country that that he grew up in and gave him the money and the ability to scam and steal. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no. It's the same thing. They're basically saying enforce immigration laws, protect Americans. We have the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, global tax deal. He's Trump is establishing an external revenue service, so he's taking the tariffs and charging taxes on them. So instead of making money off us citizens, make money off of those who are using us to enrich themselves. As in, we're not slaves, we're not worker bees, but that's how the rest of the world treats us. You're sending billions of dollars to Ukraine. There's a lot of different reasons why that's there. We know it. Line the pockets, the military-industrial complex. We know what's going on there. But basically stealing from the American people. There's not a day that goes by that I'm not driving on a road with a pothole. So, not to mention the safety, just the safety in general. I'm not a small person, but even I wonder if I go out too late in a certain city, am I safe? I can't imagine what that's like for a woman, a child, elderly Americans. They should feel safe in our country, and we need to bring that back. Reevaluating and realigning United States foreign aid. Sorry, reevaluating and realigning United States foreign aid. That's what we need to do. Again, don't waste money. Don't give money to people who hate you. Pay for wars that don't involve you. They don't involve us. Declaring a national energy emergency is another one of Trump's executive orders. So basically, the same thing. We have oil. We have natural gas. We're going to use it. So what he's saying there. Temporary withdrawal of all areas on the outer continental shelf from offshore wind leasing and review of federal government's leasing and permitting practices for wind projects. Basically, wind does not, it not only is it wasteful, not only doesn't impact, you're going to get a little bit. It's like using a AA battery when you need 15D batteries. It doesn't make sense. It's expensive, and it has no impact on the actual energy production of the country. It's useless. It's another, in my opinion, again, just another money laundering, pay off your friends, and let's go home and laugh while we're drinking wine type of deal. Not to mention, it's killing birds. It's killing whales. It's the whatever the physical action of these windmill and wind projects are killing the environment. So environmentalists, look at that, stop acting like the Democrats are your friend. And I'm not promoting either. I'm America. What's best for America? I don't care what pin you have on your lapel. I don't care. Better American flag. That's all I know. Restoring accountability for career senior executive. That's a big one. Before you're not held accountable. Something happens, blame so-and-so. Move that person to another department. Now you can be fired. Good old the head of the what is it? Linda Fagan. She was the head of the Coast Guard. She got fired. She was putting DEI above her duties as the head of the Coast Guard. She's out of here. Good riddance. But that's what he's doing. He's holding people accountable, which you have to do in the business world. If someone's not performing, you're gone. It's not that's not racism. It's not sexism. It's you can't do your job, so go find another job. Here's another executive order promoting beautiful federal civic architecture. Again, when BLM and all those people, they were tearing down statues of Lincoln and Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Robert E. Lee. We're bringing them back. That's what we're doing. We're bringing back American history. It goes back to what Trump said. Trump, I don't care what those people, what anyone says about him. He's an American through and through. And he said he was a Democrat for a while. You know, he's not a conservative Republican. He just wants best for his country. He wants to make sure that his grandchildren have the opportunity to live in the United States of America. That's all he wants. And to make it, which it is, the greatest country in the world once again. Another executive order here, restoring the death penalty and protecting public safety. Why would you put someone who slaughtered and murdered women and children and men, why would you put their well-being above the people that they killed, the families they destroyed, the lives that they destroyed? Why is that a thing? Who is feeling sorry for someone who murdered, viciously raped and murdered somebody? What? It doesn't make any sense. It's like we're in a movie where the bad guy's good and the good guy's bad. That's over. That movie's over. We're on the next, we're in part 2 where we're restoring faith in humanity and God is back in control. That's where we are right now. So again, thank the Lord above. He chose Donald Trump to come in and correct all this stuff. And he brought in Elon. Yeah, thank you for Elon. There's freedom of speech is back out there. We wouldn't know a lot of things if it wasn't for Elon. Well, people that pay attention would. But unless you knew where to go, it's not coming in from Fox News. It's not coming in from CNN. It's not coming from CBS or NBC. You had to search it out. But now with Elon, he's making it mainstream. So thank you for bringing the truth back, Elon. All right, let's do one more here. I'm not smiling. Well, I'm smiling because it's so evident that it should be there, but it's also just typical Trump. Executive order putting people over fish. Stop radical environmentalism to provide water to Southern California. The smelt, Nancy Pelosi, Gavin Newsom, you destroyed the lives of people. You burned down homes. And this isn't just this last fire, which was devastating. People died. They've lost their livelihood. They've lost their lives. This has been going on for 30 years. This little smelt fish. So executive order putting people over fish. Bring water to the humans who need it. Again, it's common sense. We have to get back to common sense. This is incredible. It is incredible that it took a man who was hated by many because he wanted to do what's right. I know another person who is famous in history. They've written a bunch of books about him who had to save humanity from themselves. Not comparing the two in that sense, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. Securing our borders is another executive order. Protecting the meaning and value of American citizenship. Realigning the United States refugee admissions program. Basically, Trump is putting in a lot of executive orders to get around the lawyer talk, to secure the border, put American citizens first. If you're mad at him for that, then you can be mad at me too. And you can be mad at a lot of Americans. The vast majority voted for President Trump. We're tired of it. We want our country back. And that doesn't make you bad. Mr. and Mr. America, that doesn't make you bad. Sorry. Yeah, let's see one more here. Clarifying the military's role in protecting the territorial integrity of the United States. Basically, we can put military on the border, on the southern and northern border. I mean, it doesn't matter. The bad guys don't choose one. The Mexican border is easier to come across, but it doesn't matter. He's protecting America. America First trade policy is another executive order. All right, basically, um, Trump's back. America's back. He's watching out for you, me, even if you don't like him. He's watching out for you. He's protecting your rights. He's going to make sure that you, your child, your grandchildren have the best future as an American. We couldn't be happier. It's bigger than the Super Bowl. God bless you. And God bless America.